Hello and welcome to Genie in a Podcast. I'm your host, Christian. As you know, this is a podcast dedicated to Christina Aguilera and her fandom of fighters. This is a safe space where we get to know each other, where I hope it's becoming a hub for just all fighters to just come together and nerd out about Christina Aguilera, her music, or just music in general. This is a kind of long episode, and so we're just going to get right into it. But today we're talking to Nicholas, and he's a wealth of information. He is a huge collector of CDs, memorabilia, also like vinyls. We do a lot of show and tell in this episode. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So thank you for being on today. This
Hello.
is Nick. Tell us a little bit about yourself as a CD collector. I know you have thousands.
Yes, thousands. I have been collecting probably music in general since I was about 6 years old. It kind of started off with things like Real McCoy and like dance music that was out at the time. It was always
Oh my
like
gosh.
MTV party playlist cassettes at that time. And then as I started to kind of get into my own, what I'm into, it started with like Spice Girls. So anything that was like similar to Spice Girls after that point, I was like, I'm all in, like all about the girl power. And of course, we had Britney and Christina come out very shortly after the Spice Girls. So I was like, this is great. Oh my God, I'm living my best life. In fact, that whole era of just like singers, music that came out was just so powerful. And I still play it like it's new. Yeah, so Christina, though, I actually heard her for the first time when I watched Mulan. I was a
Oh yeah.
huge Disney fan. And I didn't really know who she was. I just knew the song. It was kind of one of those like, okay, I know this song. So when her Genie in a Bottle single came out, oh my God, I went crazy. I used to get in trouble for singing that too much. Like,
Really?
yes, because I was always doing that little whisper voice in everyone's ear. I'm a genie, so it was like, here's this 9-year-old running around saying that, and I was
Yeah.
just, it was so much fun. It was all
Yes.
of that time. So 1999, Christina releases Genie in a Bottle. I remember that being like songs nowadays. I just don't see songs hitting quite as huge as something like Genie in a Bottle.
Oh yeah, because like we don't have the attention spans. Plus, it's so like diluted, don't you think?
Yes. So
Yeah.
when it comes to singles like that, and even looking back at them, even the structure of the song, there's so
Mm.
many little details in those records. I think a lot of times people just kind of pass those little details by and throw the record out. I know that Christina was kind of, halvesy on her first album. I think she appreciates it more now that she has grown. I know it brought tears to her eyes when she sang Obvious. So it was just very like to see her appreciate an album that we've appreciated for so long is fantastic because a lot of people don't like their first albums, but hers is so good, top to bottom, no
It
skips.
really
Like,
is. It is really
yeah,
good. Yeah.
bonus tracks on that. My stack of different editions from the
Oh my gosh. Tell us all about these.
so, first off, I wanted to mention some of the bonus tracks that I just feel like deserve a little bit more recognition. Let's see. On this edition, it looks like they put Don't Make Me Love You,
Uh-huh.
which I think is such a fun song. A lot of her bonus tracks and stuff ended up on soundtracks such as Pokemon, the
Oh yeah.
soundtrack. I want to say, didn't she end up on, I wanted to say Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but that was 98, so that would have been like Spice Girls, Aqua, Britney, but definitely that time she made soundtrack appearances like crazy. We're a Miracle, one of her best songs. I love that song. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, this edition, I would say this is the superior edition. It's kind of hard to read, but it does include the original Come On Over and the video edition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so video version, radio version, whatever they wanted to call it. They didn't quite call it a remix because it was actually just a replacement track. So, okay, now here's the fun. Here's
Well, where's that one from? Like, is it the US version? Just
this
deluxe?
one actually, I believe, was an international one. I actually bought this in Europe. Like,
Cool.
actually physically in Europe, and I bought this. I used to have one with a slipcase in the 2000s. I bought this one in about 2007. Not expected to see this in it was like a Virgin Mega store or like Fnac or whatever they used to call those stores. And it was in there just casually. I was like, I'm buying that. So that was a fun, actually bought it from Europe on my Europe trip for my senior year CDs.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's special. We got all these different
Oh, versions.
editions. Now the thing about the last one is this is a US and I believe it ended up in Canada edition. It came
Hmm.
out after the whole Grammy Awards, and so this has all the updated mixes plus a bonus CD that included a lot of the remixes that actually are on the international one. However, the international one is one disc. They split it on two on
Oh,
this.
and I see. Does it have Genie gets her wish, or is it just advertising it?
It's just advertising it.
Oh,
Yep.
mhm.
Yep. Which I have two hype stickers in this. I actually love hype stickers.
Really?
I collect them. Yeah. I hope to one day create some t-shirts. And for example, Christina Aguilera, I would take all her hype stickers and it would just be the hype stickers. Yeah, I would buy that in a heartbeat. Like I've always wanted to, wear something like that.
Yeah.
Well, now we're getting into. So this is the original pressing of the album. Red
Yes.
sticker, no extra information. So Emotional was going to be a single. I actually remember it on the radio, which is so crazy. I remember them
Yeah.
playing So Emotional, and I want to say, what other one did they play? When You Put Your Hands on Me.
Oh,
They
okay.
for sure, I for sure heard that. There was a radio station called 104.5
Mhm.
WSNX in Michigan, and they would play things like that. So a lot of non-singles. But this version includes the original What a Girl Wants and the original Come On Over without the baby added. Yeah, these versions I would say are a little more pop
Yeah.
leaning. And then, what ended up happening was they quietly re-released this with a new version of What a Girl Wants, but Come On Over Baby stays intact. It didn't change. I was actually shocked because I had this since
Hmm.
it came out. My friend had this version. I'm at his birthday party. We're listening to it. I'm like, why is your What a Girl Wants like the video and mine isn't? Like, why? So, of course, found a way to get that version. But little did I know she was going to put it out again, but this
Again.
time with Come On Over Baby.
Yeah.
So Baby was added to the title. I am really thankful that they updated those tracks because I do feel like the video mixes of them had like just a funkier beat to it. I don't know. It's a little darker, a little sexier. I don't know. I
Totally.
loved it. Yeah. So they all
It kind
have
of
the
like.
same barcode.
Oh, really?
There's like if you were to try to go, the thing about CDs like this is you go to try to like search
Hmm.
for the different versions, it's harder to unless you had someone actually listen to the disc and tell you. Yeah, the barcodes never changed. They did kind of switch the size of it on this
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Same barcode number, same
Weird.
unit. So like technically essentially this is the same thing,
Oh,
but
it
it's
seems like such a mess, like
such a mess.
organizational wise. Yeah.
And actually, in recent days, the same thing happened with Tate McRae. So when that happened, I
Oh.
was like, oh, Christina Aguilera did that. Okay, okay. I've actually replaced tracks on my albums over time. Oh, my dog is saying hi.
Oh,
I've
cute.
replaced tracks on my albums over time that, like, sometimes you just needed, like, an extra layer or something in there. And if you don't love the original, replace it. So,
Oh,
Christina
even
taught
Beyonce does that still.
exactly.
Yeah.
So she's so sweet. She's like she hears all this talking.
Oh, how
Yeah.
cute.
But yeah, that whole debut album thing, and really they did the same thing with Britney Spears and Baby One More Time, but they didn't replace tracks. They just like labeled it. So like You Drive Me Crazy on the Baby One More Time album actually has like I don't know, not as exciting of a beat. It's a little bit cowbells, and they really came through with that remix. But the only way you could get it was the soundtrack or the CD single. So, whereas
I didn't
Christina's
even know that. I'll have to go and listen to like the original Drive Me Crazy.
You Drive Me Crazy is a lot different. There's even a whole different section that wasn't sang in the Stop remix. So there's like a whole part that's just not there. I have
Oh,
facts for
wow.
days about songs that like have lightly changed or sections taken out, and I'm definitely one of those people that I love to go in and edit a full version where it includes everything.
Hmm.
So, like that part that was taken out of You Drive Me Crazy, I actually took the stop remix. I took that part that was out, put it over the instrumental, and made like this extended mix. I've seen fans do it too, but yeah, so you gotta have that complete mix.
Oh my gosh, so you'll mix your own versions?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Dang.
I'm a producer, writer. I do all of that technical work in Logic Pro X and GarageBand and such. So I just like, if I want to hear something, I whip it up. Like, I try to
Oh, that's
make all of my dreams realities. So even when it comes to remastering old demos, love doing that. I love actually separating the vocal from a track, taking um, the demo vocal and enhancing it and cleaning it up, and so much fun.
that's so cool. But you also have your own, like you mentioned a
I,
little
I,
bit, but
I
your
do,
own
yeah.
career. Yes.
Yes, yeah. I don't really like promote myself or like I should. I've just always kind of done it. It's just like a part of me. It's just kind of like, okay, I'm making an album and then I'll quietly put out like a little bit of promo on my Instagram and such, but overall it's kind of just like for me and to connect with people that are interested. I just have fun. I go off
Yeah,
into my own world. You can write about anything you dream of. You can pick whatever sounds you want. I do a lot of synth. I play a lot of my own synth layers. So I'm not like a piano player,
okay.
but I know what I'm doing. Like, yeah, I know what to hit. And the crazy thing about it is I've never taken like music theory, but I've been in like classes back in schools. Learned from that. It was kind of just like if you want to do something bad enough, you dive in and you do it. So
Totally.
that's what I did. I was actually heavily, heavily, heavily inspired by the Stripped album at one point, which I was like 12 or 13 trying to be like, I'm gonna write Stripped. Like, no. I think lyrically, the content on that album, though, is some of her best material.
Yes,
Like,
I
I
agree.
think that that album has spoke the most to me out of all of her albums. I don't think there is an album that I don't like by her. I am one of those fans that I actually like.
All of
I
them?
like I like all of them. I can't think of one that I don't like. I was a little bit iffy on Liberation only because of some of the featured vocals. Not
Yes.
her. Not
Yeah.
her. Not the music, not the structure, some of the featured vocals. But I have respect for those artists, so I just let it be what it is and let it do what it does. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
I thought
even
it was weird
Lotus,
that she had both High Dollar Sign, Two Chains. Those are okay, I guess. But even though his screeching is kind of like a lot.
yeah, Ty Dolla Sign in that track, I don't think was the right fit. I have a lot of respect for him. He's a very talented artist in his own lane. But I'm not gonna lie, when you take a vocal as vibrato and loud as Christina, and then you add something that's kind of reserved back and holding in the throat kind of vocal, it doesn't go together so
It's
well.
yeah,
I
it
know a
doesn't.
lot of fans sat there and heard Accelerate and was like, I mean, I see edits on the internet where they took
Oh,
Ty Dolla.
really?
Yeah.
It is a grower for sure. Because I talked about it previously with Corey too. That I think he said that he even cried because it was so. It's aggressive in your ears. It's just yeah,
I do love the song though. It's a good song. Like I see what they were doing. So that's why like as a fan of Christina, I
yeah.
really like in her down moments where people are not loving it, I do still try to support cuz she deserves that. Yeah. I know my wishful thinking which I mentioned to you the other day, but I would love 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 if she did a concert where she just performed burlesque songs the whole I'm like I'm wishful thinking, but
Yeah.
that would be so cool. Add Lady Marmalade in there.
Yes. I was gonna ask you. You said that Christina was your first concert.
Yeah,
Which era was it for?
first album,
Oh, debut.
99.
Okay. Cool.
Didn't even have a third single out yet.
Really?
I don't think so. I don't think I Turn to You was out yet. What a Girl Wants was just, making its way out there.
Is that whenever she had Destiny's Child?
No, no Destiny's Child. I wish it
Okay.
was.
Yeah, that'd been great.
I actually have a crazy story about that whole entire concert that just like the way that when I say it's a small world, I mean it's a small world. So I went with my cousin Stephanie, and we had a blast. And, she was my pop music girly to go to. We always loved pop music together. The irony behind that whole thing, and hopefully I'm telling the story correctly, there are a couple details that could be wrong, but years later, Stephanie became friends with someone, and just so happened to be I became friends with that person. So then another like decades added to, I'm talking with that friend like a month or two ago. Little did I know, her dad either flew Christina out or was like the driver for her. My cousin Stephanie's friend
Yeah.
literally got to have that experience with Christina Aguilera behind the scenes. She was going to that show that I was at with my cousin, all connected somehow. But the crazy thing is this friend didn't even live anywhere near where we lived. They were like whole different states. So it was like kind of wild to see the connection that, wait, your dad sent Christina to our show so we could see her? Like that just small world. It was just like, wow. Because obviously, you got to have your people who are getting you to your show and stuff.
Crazy.
So I found out that someone I'm friends with, years and years later, we found out that we were all kind of connected to that show, which is just mind blowing.
Yeah.
Crazy small world, small story.
Do you remember anything from that first concert?
Yes. My whole entire fourth grade class was there.
Oh, really?
It felt like it. It sure felt like it. Felt like everybody had a ticket to that show. It was outside Municipal Stadium in Holland, Michigan, next to a graveyard and a creek. Yeah, it felt very fair vibes, but it was just this like concert set up just out in the park. And yeah, she was late. The rumor was that they had the wrong kind of water in her limo, or I'll have to find the article because I found it once online like a couple years ago. Something like that. I just blew it off and was like, oh, they just want to talk about her. But
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if it was the same kind of like quote unquote tour. Because the first time I saw her, it was at the Texas State Fair. And so she just came because we have performers. She did her set and then left.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
she did no meet and greets. She didn't do any meet and greets. I did almost get to see her on, I think it was Back to Basics, but I didn't get to go. Yeah, I
Oh,
actually
to the
got in trouble.
concert at all?
Yeah, I didn't get to go. I got in trouble at school.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
didn't go to that one either.
nothing too big of trouble. I just like I was loud. Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton were my idols at the time. Of
Oh
course,
my
I was gonna
gosh.
the vibe, but I didn't get to go see that. But I got to get the DVD, so
Yes.
I feel like I made up for that one.
Yeah. I also I didn't go to Back to Basics, but I also do own the DVD. But yeah.
Right? I wish that we could go back in time and go to the stripped tour together. That would be
Oh yeah. And I think I was like 12 or something. I forget how
I
old,
was
but yeah.
yeah.
And I went alone, which is weird because, like, why would you send your kid alone to a concert?
Gosh.
Yes.
Crazy. I'm trying to think. I think the first time I went alone to a concert, I was well over like 21.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So in hindsight, it's like, I need to ask my parents, like, where were you?
Yeah,
They
right?
just dropped me off. And it's just crazy because I'm like, especially like back in the day, I was deathly shy. So
Yeah.
then I managed to figure that out. It's crazy. And not get kidnapped.
No, for real. Oh, that's so cool though.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like,
Really
have you
do.
ever met her? Me too. Finally. Everybody
Yeah.
else I've had on here has like met her multiple
Wow.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. Like I've told you before, I probably wouldn't even like be one of those screaming, crying fans. I'd real calm. Hi, Christina. Very like, I don't even know if I should say hi to you because I want to respect your boundaries.
Yeah.
But like, if I ever did see her though, yeah, inside I would be screaming. That's for on the
Yeah.
outside, I'm so polite.
Calm and collected.
Yeah. Cool, calm, collected, as she said in What's that? Sword? No. No. She said that in a song.
She did.
I'm leaving tonight. You know?
Yeah.
What, Cruise. Cruise.
Yes.
That's what it's
Cruise.
called. I always get Soar and Cruise titles kind of flipped because they were right next to each other on the album.
Yes. That totally makes sense. So how many CDs do you think you own in total?
For Christina,
Mhm.
probably 150 to 200. In general, probably about 10,000. I actually have zip books.
Mhm.
So I have zip books. Some people, they go in the book. It's just I don't have the room to keep all the cases.
Okay.
So I make sure I keep the back artwork slipped on the bottom, top artwork on the top, and the disc goes in. And then it's, you flip through the book. Someone like Christina, definitely on the shelf. She is not a book artist for me. She's display front and center. I would say cases, CDs I have in cases, I probably have about 4 or 5,000 displayed, which
Oh my gosh. That's so
I
many.
know. I know. Every birthday, every Christmas, every anything, I wanted
Hmm.
CDs. And I loved singles and I loved remix EPs. And so, like, it wasn't just, oh, I'm getting the album. How do you have so many Christina CDs? Because the singles and the
The
rarity.
changes. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, lots of Christina. My largest CD collection, though, probably out of all of them, is Britney Spears. They just
Oh,
mass
okay.
produced so much of her stuff that it was just like I have like an actual huge bookshelf, and it's only Britney CDs. There's probably 1,000 in just that, which
Oh,
is
wow.
mind blowing. I would love to have other artists in that capacity, but where am I going to keep that space? Like,
Yeah, right. Oh my God. Who are your favorite artists to collect besides Britney and Christina?
love Ashanti. I
Oh,
love
really?
I love Ashanti. I got to meet her. She is
Hmm.
so kind, so sweet. Keisha Cole. I listen to a lot of R&B. Pop
Hmm.
actually is not quite my thing anymore. I do listen to it, but I'm much, much, much more into R&B. So especially, when Christina or someone does R&B, I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
like happy world. Um, yeah, I collect a lot of Ashanti. I love independent artists, one hit wonders, artists like Nivea,
Oh, yeah.
Tweet, Blue Cantrell, random. My brain is full of just like random. I mean,
Those are some older names.
yes, and I've stuck with most of them. If they keep making music or they keep up, I keep up. But I know Blue Cantrell. She's not really out there anymore, but I still listen as if she's still.
She had a great voice. And there was a lot of like dispute online about how like Beyonce has the career that Blue was supposed to have.
I
That's
know.
crazy.
Blue was so good.
She was good.
Still so good. But yeah, I collect a lot of different artists, primarily female artists.
Hmm.
I could probably name on my hands how many male artists I collect. Ricky
Yeah.
Martin. I
Ricky
used to love,
Martin.
yeah, Justin Timberlake. I feel like I collected Ricky Martin for the wrong reasons, though.
Okay.
I bought it because he was cute, and then I would get the CD and I'd be like, okay. But also because of that Christina Aguilera and Ricky Martin's song, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy Ricky Martin,
Oh, yeah.
because the only way you could get the version with Christina Aguilera was if you had the card sleeve CD single, or in Europe if they pressed like actual maxi slim singles for that. There may have been a US promo as well, but card sleeve was like the most common release for that. And a lot of times they took it and put it with a rubber band around the original CD in the stores because it was like, oh, we got to get this on this. And so, a lot of it, I don't know. There has to be a copy that the Christina version was pressed on, maybe Japan or something. But they basically just kind of like this, just took like a card sleeve single with Christina Aguilera on it and put a rubber band and sold it in the stores. So
What's
yeah.
a maxi sleeve? Explain it to us.
Here is a single I
Okay.
designed. I actually don't have the disc printed, but I wanted to showcase something that like I create. Yeah, I'm a little behind. I have so many Christina designs I need to print. Eventually I will, and I'll share that on my collectibles site. But a maxi is a slimmer CD.
Okay.
And a lot of times, it includes not just the single, it'll include remixes and stuff. So this is my own custom maxi.
Okay.
I have others, there's like Genie in a Bottle all the way up through. I want to say she just didn't press them for this era. I want to say her last maxi single was Your Body. I think so. I think that was her last. They didn't make Let There Be Love because that's when I started to kind of like jump in and be like, oh, I got to make some stuff because they're not going to make this. So, yeah,
Why did they do a maxi for your body?
remixes.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Every single that gets released, it's almost frowned upon if you don't press something for the fans. At least one format of a single, or at least add an instrumental or B-side, you know?
Oh,
Some
totally.
so but the Your Body one, which actually let me I think this will work. Yeah, okay. We can be movable. We can kind of look. So we got Christina kind of all in this
Oh
section
wow.
blended. Let's see. So here is the Your
Oh,
Body maxi single. Yeah, the official one.
how cool. I've never seen it.
Really? I'm so glad to show you. Yeah, I
Yes.
wasn't sure what you've seen or what you haven't seen. I always assume people just know everything, so I just keep quiet all the time. Honestly. But yeah, I would say some of the crazier releases that it was just kind of like, wow, how many formats are you going to make? Like, Genie in a Bottle. These are all
Oh my
different Genie.
gosh.
I know, and there's more. It's a US Genie in a Bottle promo. It doesn't just say Christina Aguilera, it says Genie in a Bottle,
Hmm.
which is crazy. What a Girl Wants. Here's a couple different formats. We got the two. Usually, UK or international would do a slim case, and then in the US, they would usually put it in the standard, like, clip
Okay.
case. And then eventually, after the song became really big, they ended up putting it out as this is a US maxi single, which not a slim case. The US had to be different. And yeah, so they put out remixes. There's actually a CD that I used to have that I gave to my cousin, and I never bought it again, but it's called the Dance Vault Mixes. And it includes Genie in a Bottle and Come On Over, which is so cool. There were the different editions of Stripped, which they all look the same, and essentially they are the same. The barcodes are a little bit different. The top one is just the standard
Okay.
stripped. And the second one that I had, this one with the
Hmm.
black sticker, was a way you could win concert tickets at the time. So the black sticker one was only available up until those concert tickets were basically given away. And then last but not least, later on they started to add a parental advisory to it, which I found very strange because it's very rare that you see a parental advisory on this CD. But it was, let's see, this sticker has all the singles on it too. It's really hard to see. But at this point, the album had like 5, 6 singles. So the era was basically over.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm like, well, now you add a parental advisory. Jeez.
Right? Do you ever want to own the I think it's the Middle Eastern, maybe Saudi version of
That is
it?
so cool. It is so cool. Let me see. I found a really weird stripped CD. Really weird. In fact, I'm going to open this up. First off, the cover, it's
Okay.
zoomed out. The sticker, it just looks different than the normal stickers. Plus, the sticker is actually see through,
Oh, cool.
right? The booklet is just an insert,
Why?
right?
And that's not even an official
I don't
um
think it's official. No, it looks official. Like somebody obviously got into a factory and made this.
yeah. And the font's
But
different.
why are you putting that picture in there?
Yes.
How crazy.
Yeah.
Another thrift find. So I've paid pennies for this, it feels like. Most of the things from 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002 paid full price for it, but it was, a little bit later in time I learned that thrifting was better.
Right. Mm.
Trust me, I have thrifted more things than anyone ever should. Here is my Bionic singles that I made because I just felt like, why not?
Cool. Yeah.
I made these in like 2010. So we got Woohoo, which deserved a video. My favorite song by her, which I wish had a video, Lift Me Up.
Yes.
In fact, when she performed that, I lost it. I was like, wow. Best
I
artist ever.
prefer that. The Hope for Haiti version.
Yeah, look, I put it on the CD.
Yes.
I
Oh, there it is.
had to.
Yeah.
Of
It's so good.
course. And then they do have official ones of this. It's just
Okay.
so expensive. I couldn't afford it. I was like, you know what? I need to start to be a lot smarter as an adult and not blow all my money on CDs and stuff all the time. So I
Is that
added
why
this
you
single mix.
press yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will get the official if I can get it, but
Yeah.
I'm not one that will blow like $150 on a CD.
Oh yeah.
Just I don't know, I can't do it. But hey, give me a good deal and it's on. So, and I was tempted the other day to buy that whole box of these gum CDs, but
Oh gosh. And those are the gum?
these are the gum. I was not gonna buy it though. It was like $90 for a box
No,
of these.
you don't need it.
I only need the two that I have, which are
And there's the
actually
nibble.
literal. It
Like
is literally the gum from when I was 10. Like, grandma bought this for me. Everybody else ate theirs. And I was like, I'm gonna keep my gum CD. Like, yeah, my cousins, they all ate it. So, us
it's so
Spice
crazy that
Girls stuff
your whole
too.
family appreciates Christina.
Absolutely. I grew up in a family that it was always just be yourself. Just I was told a lot of times don't bring things to school, like this kind of stuff. Don't bring it to school. Do
Yeah.
you think I listened? No, they went to
No.
school. I had kids throwing them out in the snow and stuff. I'd go dig them out, but I'm a tough cookie. Someone wants to do that to me. I don't put up with it. So, stronger, fighter. But yeah, I actually loved the dolls growing up. I do think they're a little ugly, but the fact that they like
Had
just
it.
even yeah, the fact that it even represents something that I love so much is special in its own. It do you have a bald Christina right now? All her hair fell out. Like this hair is just not good. The company who made this, the hair falls out really, really
Oh
easy.
my
So
gosh.
what I'm going to do with that bald Christina is I'm going to reroute her and make Come On Over Baby or Dirty. I haven't decided yet. One of those two. Yeah.
Do you know
But
how to do that?
I do.
What?
I
You're so random.
I reroute dolls' hair all the time. I just did a Britney Spears. I'm very artistic. It's just
Cool.
I love to create. So these are some of my favorites of the two. Or I think there's six dolls, but these two are my favorite. I
Oh
actually
wow.
took the time to look up when she wore these outfits too. And this is from a photo shoot that she did in 1999. Just a random photo shoot. So, I feel like when you first see the dolls, you think, okay, are those iconic outfits? I don't know. But then if you actually start to dig and look at the pictures from the time, you'll realize, oh wow, she did wear that.
Yeah.
But but I do think that they should have kept going with her line and made more music videos. With her, they did a lot of like photo shoot type of stuff, and of course, Genie in a Bottle and What a Girl Wants.
Uh-huh.
With Britney, they did every single music video up until like 2002. So it was like, oh come on, make more Christina. So I've seen some really awesome fan Christina dolls that people have made to kind of make that dream come true.
Oh cool.
And if you look, here are some of the different variants of the dolls. We got What a Girl Wants, of course. Then different, I believe these were times she performed Genie. I'm
Okay.
not 100% sure. I actually now need to do the research on this one. I knew at one point, I'll have to find the pic. It would actually be cool to do a whole comparison video. Wow. Yeah, she agrees. But yeah, look at some of these bottom outfits. So
Some of
some
them I
of
don't even
those,
recognize.
I don't even think some of those came out.
Really?
I want to say that this line never came out.
And those who are talking, it says? Weird.
Yeah, and then the debut album outfit. I could have swore I've seen someone either have that or make it. But I love these dolls. Dolls are cool. Like I said,
Would
the
you
dolls
ever
are kind
make
of
your own of like whichever recent era?
yeah.
You
Yeah,
should.
I would. I actually do feel like it would be fun to have a doll for each era.
Era?
Yeah,
Totally.
I bet it would be fun to make the Lotus era. I love
Yes.
the Lotus era. I know a lot of people aren't super wild about it, but I love it. The intro is my favorite. I treat it like a
Oh
regular
yes.
song.
Me too. It is really good. I think knowing the like lore behind it, that like originally she was supposed to try to get the approval for what was it, Midnight City, and so they just
Yeah,
made it to sound similar-ish.
yeah, I liked it
Yeah.
better. I actually love that album. I just don't know what happened with the promo with RCA at that time. I don't think it had anything to do with Christina or her talents or anything. I do think some fans were a little harsh on her,
Yeah.
but overall, I don't think that era was her fault to disappear as quick as it did.
Oh yeah. It definitely
RCA,
probably was for
not
the
good.
best. It's not. But it was probably for
No,
the best also because I remember even she was kind of like pushing herself because even in live performances, she would have like so many vocal cracks and it just
right.
felt vocally strained.
Right. I
Yeah.
can't believe we got a music video for Let There Be Love.
Oh my gosh.
Do we count it? I kind of count it just because she
Like
put effort.
what? She barely. She showed up to
Right.
the photo shoot. She was already attending.
Pulling a Madonna,
What did Madonna
literally.
do?
Her Give It To Me music video was actually a photo shoot for Elle, and they decided to film a video and the photo shoot all in the same sesh.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but the Give It To Me, it seems
It
way
was
more elevated.
professional.
Yes, stop.
Yeah, it was. It was. That's what I wish she would have done, if I'm honest with
Yes.
you. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What else do I have sitting here? And I probably have more random things I'm not even thinking about right now, but I'm just trying
What
to
is
think of
that?
some of these cool items to show you. So this is the Target exclusive of Liberation. Unfortunately, there was only one size shirt that came with it. There wasn't
Mhm.
like options for that. So the shirts are pretty big, which is a good thing, I think. It's better that they made them bigger than too
Oh yeah.
small. Had they put a small in this box, would have been just crazy. I do wish it would have been a medium, maybe
Mhm.
even a large, but
But you
yeah.
didn't open it.
I have two. I
Oh my
haven't
god.
opened one, of course.
You're
Of
crazy.
course. Yes. So the only bonus thing about it is the fact that it comes with a t-shirt, but it looks cool on the shelf. I love.
I I don't even remember this boxing because I went to Target to get that specific version. It was Target, right?
Yeah.
I got the shirt. I wore it, two handfuls of times, but the print faded so quick. And of course, the quality of shirt, like I remember it being warped or like it warping weird because the knit. So I ended up getting rid of it.
I, even though it's not Christina, I did buy at that time, which I wish they still made these. I bought some Kesha box sets.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, so this was the one that actually came out around the time of Liberation. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so like everybody was doing it, and these are the only box sets that I
Hmm.
bought from that whole T-shirt CD craze. Was Christina's, and then the two Keshas that looks like a Hannah Montana. Yeah, but I sure love when they give us a little bit extra because it was, I want to say, 19.99 for that, and we're going to be spending $12, $13. So
Oh, yeah.
an extra T-shirt was always nice.
Uh, so with the one that you opened, do you still have that shirt?
Of course. Yeah, I actually have this huge tote. All my band tees and celebrity singers, any of that kind of stuff, it's all rolled up into a bin, but I do not wear it anymore because I'm afraid. I get scared when things are going to fade. I don't like to wash things too much. So if I'm going to wear something, wear it for something, I almost wore it today. It was not looking correct today. I don't know. It needed a picture of her or something on it. Oh, wait. Is that the one that did have a picture of her on it?
Yeah, it was wearing where she was on the beach with that like
It was
yellow
yellow.
fuzzy thing.
Okay. So I have a different Liberation shirt too, then.
Oh,
That means, yeah, it just says Liberation across the front.
is that
And
from the tour merch?
I thought that was the Target one at first, but actually it is the one with her face that's in this one. And then,
Mm.
yeah. Okay, there it is. Yeah, of course.
From the
Jeez.
Liberation one, yeah. From the
Yeah.
Liberation, I have the one that just says dirty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need a dirty shirt. I actually want dirty shorts.
Oh my gosh. Well, have you checked out her website recently? It's crazy.
So there's actual like merchandise and stuff right now.
Well, I think there's only three things that pop up because
Mhm.
previously there was a bunch of merch from like random eras that, was overstock that she had. But right now there's like placeholders because somebody is working on it, I guess, and they just forgot to update it.
Uh,
Yeah, I showed Jake and Ashley. I was like, "What's going on here?" Maybe she's getting ready.
I would love if she did a capsule for each era. Even just a couple
Oh, that would be
t-shirts,
good.
something, a bag. something,
That
something.
would be great as long as she had somebody designing it. That was good. She has some bad merch.
I mean, have you seen the Britney merch that's been out in the last 6 years? Like, she has potential to have such cool merchandise. She has the amazing
Yeah, she
photo
has.
shoots and everything. But what's happening is we're getting these like cheap
It's just like,
designs,
yeah, the
logos.
business. It's just like the record label putting it out. And they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, give Christina and Britney some actual justice. Come
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm actually one of those that I've never put either girls against each other. Like when
Oh, good.
so many people are, do you like Christina or Britney more? Both.
Yeah.
It's like it's always been because they're completely different artists, and just because they did pop at the same time doesn't mean that you're getting the same things from each girl. And so I have
Mhm.
this huge appreciation for both girls, and I've watched basically them change before our eyes. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, I will say this though. I do think that Christina Aguilera does got it going on when she does those notes. There's just something about it that puts you in a trance. Like, and you'd be actually shocked at what some of my most played Christina songs are as an adult. I love Genie 2.0 a lot.
Huh?
You Are What You Are Beautiful, that version. Dynamite keeps getting better. Those ones really like kind of catapulted into my adulthood as like staples. Yeah. I wanted her to do a whole album that sounded like that, which I've mentioned to you I think before once. Light and Darkness. That was supposed
Yeah.
to be,
It was supposed to
yeah,
be.
it was
And it
supposed
just
to be
got
a thing.
altered.
And then Lady Gaga came out, and record execs, I want to say it was Ron Fair, was panicked about everything, the similarities. And I don't know the whole story behind it. I just know they were trying to just not have them be similar. And then what
Mhm.
happens? Not Myself Tonight comes out, and everyone compares it to Lady Gaga. And I'm like, once again, two completely different artists, completely different avenues. So it's like to pit them against each other at such a
Right.
time, especially when Christina, I think, should have had 7, 8 singles from Bionic. I love that album.
Yeah.
I actually, so this brings a topic. What is your favorite Christina album?
Uh, I think it's easiest to just say stripped
Yeah,
because
true.
it covers everything, but I appreciate all of them. Let's see. I also appreciate more recently Debut for how good it was for being, a manufactured pop album. But
Mhm.
really, because you mentioned it earlier, because one of the extra singles was "Don't Make Me Love You," and
Yeah.
you said how like it's so much more pop, kind of like the first version of "Come On Over" and "What a Girl Wants." But whenever they went back in, they gave it some more like flavor, and then
Mhm.
it felt like it was more cohesive with the rest of the album that had just a little bit more R&B tinge.
Which was what I was in, like so emotional. Oh my goodness, I love
Yeah.
that. So, oh, I don't own it. Don't Make Me Love You. Let's see. That would have been there's a green one of these two. I don't have it, but
Oh, yes, the Sears ones.
yeah. So Don't Make Me Love You, I believe, was the green one, and then another Genie in a Bottle single.
What was the other one? Too Beautiful for Words?
Love for
Oh,
All.
okay.
Wait, the green one was Too
Too
Beautiful for
Beautiful.
Words. You are correct. See, some of these things, I'm like, what was that? It's like it's like a distant memory until I find
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah. Oh
What
my
a weird.
gosh.
So this cover is so odd to me because this is actually not what the cover looks like when I search this CD online.
What is this CD?
It's a fetish CD. It was like a sampler. It
Hmm.
had samples of Spanish album, Christmas album, and then Somebody, Somebody, and Obvious in full.
Okay.
The cover normally has the What a Girl Wants single cover. I have no clue if this is just something somebody printed out and then I found it or what, but this actually is what the ad looked like for that
Yeah.
time. So, I don't know. It could be official, it could be not. I've seen fetish CDs, but I've never seen this fetish CD. So, even on the inside, let me open this up a sec. Even on the inside is oh, yeah. So the inside, the reverse is the picture I thought it was going to be.
Oh, okay.
But online, I can't find a CD with that picture. So I don't know how, why
Hmm.
it's printed with that on the other side. Yeah, cool CD. I do wish though that they probably wouldn't have put somebody in obvious and put something else. You know, we've already
Yes.
at this point in time, especially with the Christmas and the Spanish album coming out,
We'd already heard it all.
we already knew it. And obvious was the B side to Genie in a Bottle. So it was just kind of like, okay, all right. I love her Spanish CDs. I actually really wanted to mention those because a lot of people don't really like realize she actually has
Oh my
two
gosh, you actually own
CDs.
Aguilera?
Yes, I
I've been
pre-ordered
thinking
that.
I've been thinking about buying it on vinyl.
It took forever for it to come out on CDs. So like what happened with it was I pre-ordered it a year before I received it. A whole year.
What?
A whole year. When she announced that first part, CDs went up for pre-order.
Hmm.
Pre-ordered it. It just kept getting delayed and kept getting delayed. I want to say I received it in June of 2021 or 2022. See, when did this come out? Oh no, this says 2023 on the back. That's what it was. I pre-ordered it in 2022 and I got it in 2023. And they
Dang.
made it in Germany. So it's actually a German release. And then it comes with two booklets.
Why?
Because one is a poster. Even though it's the same thing. I don't get it. I love the poster though. But yeah, and the booklet was phenomenal. The fact that she put so much effort into this whole entire era, the music videos, the singles, the look, the artists that she had featured, aside from Stripped, this is probably her best. Like, we're not, leave gimmicks and opinions
Mm.
out of this. This is probably her second best era based
Yes.
on
Oh, I guess Best Basics too.
what she's given us.
Yes.
Back to basics. Back to basics deserved more. I think she gave full on with this record.
Yes.
So much appreciation for it. I love Becky G also. I'm a huge Becky G fan, so that was a
Ooh,
collaboration that I was really thrilled about. Because I listened to Becky G when she was singing Shower and
in the
then
shower.
started doing Spanish music, and I was like, oh, I gotta follow her. I actually love Spanish albums. I actually feel like Christina deserves more Spanish albums, especially with how Spanish music now has kind of just grown into mainstream a lot more.
Oh yeah. Totally.
If Christina's next album was Spanish, I would be happy. I know a lot of fans don't.
They would not be happy.
They would not be. I know.
I
But if she
know.
did, I would buy it. I would give it full amount of love. So,
Yeah.
you know, I
And it really was like all the songs. I feel like there's only one song on that album that I skip, but
which one?
everything's quality. Somos nada.
Mm,
I think it's just too
yeah.
loud for
Yeah,
me.
it's a good album though. Yeah, so good. But the fact that she just the music videos for that era. I do feel
Yeah.
like she just knew what she wanted and she went for it. Other than like I said Stripped, I
Hmm.
feel like Back to Basics I could say was like such a phenomenal era and it was, but they slept on the videos. They Slow Down Baby was a single, didn't get a video.
Oh yeah.
I just felt like the label really slept
Was it
on that.
just Ain't No Other Man, Hurt, and then Candyman?
I
Oh,
think Mother had a video too, or Safe.
it was and Save Me for Myself was the behind the scenes
Yeah,
in that factory.
and then Oh Mother was just a promo single, right?
Well,
Yeah.
in the end, that was just like the concert footage, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So to me, as big as that album was, I just don't feel like we got the proper rollout. Um, and it does feel like with each album, we got less and less and less. It was
Yeah.
like,
And then this one, what Aguilera was under Sony Latin America, so like
mhm.
not RCA, so that's why it probably had
Yep.
more of a push.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel
No,
like it
that's
definitely should have been bigger.
yeah, she really has been on RCA since the beginning until recently. Wow.
Yep.
Whereas most people merged into RCA.
Right.
She
Like
was an
Justin,
original.
Brittany, right? Even?
Yep, Justin and Brittany, they merged. Interesting fact, actually. Christina Aguilera didn't show up on Now That's What I Call Music until way later in her career because of that. Because Now That's What I Call Music was backed by like Virgin and Jive Zomba. So Christina was on Totally Hits, not now.
Oh,
So like there was like this are you getting totally hits or are you getting now? And now you would get the jive artists and stuff. I got both, of course. Like,
Oh my gosh.
but yeah, so like Genie in a Bottle and like What a Girl Wants and Come On Over, none of those appeared on Now That's What I Call Music. And what I find wild about that is Now That's What I Call Music always had the biggest pop songs
Mm.
out at that time. I do feel like Now really slept on those earlier hits by getting them included somehow. They could have found a way to include those into their compilations because those songs are just as important as all those other hits.
Oh,
Destiny's Child
totally.
Survivor and Janet Jackson All For You. All those made these CDs. So I did find that very strange, and I did notice which artists weren't included on Now CDs, Madonna being one of them.
Oh,
In fact, I don't think Madonna's ever been on a Now CD. No, I don't think so.
wow.
I still have all of them. So I can double check. Yeah, so it's strange how like someone so big
Yeah.
wasn't making it onto a release like that. And so, yeah.
It's the politics. That reminds me of like how the soundtrack for Cinderella with Brandy Whitney
Oh my
didn't get put
gosh,
out.
I want it.
Travesty. You need to make it and then buy me. I'll buy it.
I love Brandy.
Oh,
I live for Brandy. Actually, let me just pop show you this. She's been in the background this whole time.
oh my gosh.
Got Brandy.
How
But
cute.
yeah, I
And
actually
Aaliyah. I see
collect.
Aaliyah too.
Yeah, we got Aaliyah back there. All of that up there is Aaliyah. CDs, singles, and yeah. I actually collect a lot of celebrity
Oh my
dolls and
gosh.
merch. I know. See, this is what happens with Britney Spears.
Britney Spears. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's all Britney Spears.
Oh,
It's crazy.
crazy. So many things.
Right. All
You
alphabetized.
have
I
all
got
her
all my
fragrances.
Donna in that corner. Yeah, I do. I do. I love it. Yeah, this is kind of my world. To be honest, this is as close to my childhood bedroom. This little walk-in closet is as close to my
Oh.
childhood bedroom as I could get it. You know, I've never lost the kid in me. My grandparents taught me that. I was raised by my grandparents. They taught me how to appreciate things, and when I receive something, don't take it for granted. Don't, expect. Just, enjoy what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And I kept it all nice because I appreciate them. And even though they're gone, they're no longer with us. I
Uh-huh.
still, yeah, there's something about, like, even just listening to songs, like, I'm with my grandparents. Like, I'm like, oh, they're right there. So
So sweet.
I Turn to You is one of those songs that
Mm.
definitely brings me close to memories of my grandma and stuff. So, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so lots and lots of stuff. I mean, see, even over here we got my Christina vinyls. I am missing, I think, the newest one. So this is the last one not Christina Milian.
Okay, cute.
This is the last vinyl I bought by Christina. I do have one of each album except for Christmas in Spanish, I believe. Did they make? Oh, they did make
So
Christmas
then
I
you
Love.
own, yes. So then you own the CD and the vinyl.
Of course, of
My
course.
gosh. Because I
I
was over
have.
here trying to decide, oh, should I collect the CD? Should I collect the vinyl? And you're over here with both.
Ah,
You're crazy.
yeah, yeah. I
I
like
love it.
both. I love the CD for being able to import it into my computer in case I need the tracks, and I like the vinyl. Just honestly, I didn't expect I was gonna collect vinyls, and now I have like 400 or 500, and
Wow.
yeah, a lot of them were gifts. I'm very, 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 very thankful for my friends. One of my closest friends, he's a music guy. I'll make him CDs and he will go to Urban Outfitters and buy rare vinyls and stuff and then be like, want to trade? So
Oh,
that's fun. So if it wasn't for him, I actually would not have my Christina Aguilera collection except for the Bionic one, which I did pre-order when it came out.
oh, me too. That's the one I
Yeah,
have.
yeah, I love it. I noticed it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh hell yeah, loved it. But yeah, I didn't buy my Christina vinyls. Those were gifts. The burlesque one, that was a gift. I kept telling my friends, my music friends, oh, I'm not gonna collect vinyl. I'm gonna pass. What? No, that can't be a thing. So I was given vinyls.
That's great.
Yeah, very blessed. I'm very thankful because I truly am a CD collector. Like,
Mhm.
CD is my go-to.
Format.
If you ever need any extra CDs or anything, I got you. Like, I'll just send them your way. I actually have a ton of extra Christina Aguilera. Some of her basic ones that if you need them, I have the different versions of her debut also, the different, yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
you can have,
Yes.
you can have them. So,
So
yeah.
sweet. Okay. We're going to end this by playing a little game.
Okay.
And you're going to have to pick one and then explain your reason why you chose
Okay.
it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Beautiful or deserve?
Beautiful, beautiful. And the reason I picked beautiful, one, is I was so happy to see a gay kiss in that video when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit like, whoa, at first because I didn't expect to see that. And I felt something funny inside. And I was like, huh. Like, it was like, that's me? Question mark. I've always known who I was. I've always, told people
Yeah.
I like this, I like boys, but to see it and to be with a song like that, my gosh, I will say to this day, nobody could ever say anything to me. I'm gonna feel whole about myself. That song, that's how I feel about just what songs do for me, and that is one of those songs that it just nobody should ever say anything that should, you know,
Yeah.
make you feel less than. And that song right there,
Powerful. Accelerate or dirty?
dirty, dirty, but accelerate. I want to give a little appreciation. Great beat, great vocals. But dirty, the reason I would pick dirty is because that whole time I actually was not allowed to get the CD at first. My mom saw her topless on the CD, and my mom's not usually the type to really like regulate that kind of stuff, but she was worried I was going to take it to school and show everybody.
Oh my
She,
God.
she wasn't wrong. No. So how I ended up getting that was I politely asked my grandma, and she quietly got me the dirty single, and then ended up getting me stripped for Christmas.
How sweet. So
The
supportive.
dirtiest special.
Yes. Lady Marmalade or Pamis Muchachas?
Ooh, wow, that's like female empowerment right there.
Yes.
I'm trying not to pick all old stuff. I love both. I am going to go with Lady Marmalade for the sheer fact that I do, in fact, die hard collect Lil Kim, Pink, Missy Elliott, and Maya. I collect all of them. Like, I love all of those artists. And that moment was like having a little bit of everything all come together. It was like the perfect spice. It was like a new form of Spice Girls. Pussycat Dolls before Pussycat Dolls. Like, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
just,
Totally.
yeah, phenomenal.
And last, Blank Page or Lift Me Up?
Lift me up. I love Blank Page.
It's so good.
Yeah, Lift Me Up is probably my favorite Christina ballad of all time.
Mm.
I confidently can say that there's just something about the confidence in her after being into your career for, 10 years and then yeah, her voice, it sounded there's a power to it. I don't really have quite the words for it. This just magical. That song is just magical. It means more to me than um most of her other ballads. Her ballads are all powerful, but that one to me also came out at a time I was 20 years old. When you're a young adult and you're figuring out your life and you are taking your own steps without, being in high school. And that came out at that time of my life, and it definitely solidified emotion in me because,
Yeah.
don't lose your emotion as you get older. It's like, yeah, I don't know, that
Hmm.
song I'm rambling about it, but that is my favorite ballad she's done.
Oh, I love that. Yes. That was the last of the questions.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. I love this. Honestly, I could talk more sometime. We could talk specific things sometime, but I
Yes.
enjoyed this, that it was kind of a free for all. Glad we made it work.
Yes. We'll definitely have to have you on, especially because I'm gonna start like producing back to basics soon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I would love to talk back to basics
totally.
and show the singles off.
Thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And
Yeah.
yeah, as always, Christina for life.
Yay. Thank you. Bye.